Welcome to Chapter 1 of the eConnect training video. Focus for Quiz 1 will be centered on how to navigate around the home screen, accessing the cameras and camera features, and using the Summary view under the POS tab. We will begin with the home page. Once you have logged in, this will be the first screen you see, and you will have access to a collective group of tiles. Each of these tiles can be optimized by clicking the upper right-hand corner. By pressing on the gray dot located at the bottom of the tile screen, you can cycle through the tile, or the tile will automatically cycle through each view. That being said, there are various tiles that the eConnect software provides for you. We will start with the login history. You may or may not have access to this tile. Most users will not see this tile or have full functionality of it. The Login History tile is dark blue in color. The main task of the Login History tile monitors the user's login details, tracking their activity, hours, as well as displaying active users. With this tile, we can see prior login sessions within the last 24 hours, 30 days, or you can set a date range. Furthermore, the login history includes a detailed list of users, the number of login sessions, their total hours, and the average time they were logged into the eConnect software. By clicking on the number located on the right of the username, it will open up a hyperlink to a list of all their login sessions. This generated list shows when the employee first logged in, logged out, and calculates the overall time for each individual session. This is a handy feature to see which employees are logged into the system or not. The next tile we are going to talk to you about is the Pending Review tile. This tile is gray and will have a number located at the center of the tile. This number indicates to the user the amount of red flags that are pending for review. The user can click the gray dot at the bottom of the tile to see a graph. This graph, by default, will show activity for all users. It will show how many reviews were done, how many were set to pending, and what has cleared within a period of 7, 10, 14, or 30 days. You can also set it to see a specific user's activities. The next tile is blue in color with a camera icon. This tile will display the current number of active associated cameras. Next, we'll see an important tile that can be useful as a quick reference. This is the Query Graphs tile. This tile is colored green and has a white line graph. The Query Graph tile is useful for viewing a rotation of all the queries that you have on your summary page, and even allows quick access to the grid page for the specific query by clicking on a point in the graph. You can sort the time frame of the data for these queries by clicking on the bottom right corner. This allows you to view the data within the time of 6, 12, 24, or 48 hours. Moving on, now we see a green tile labeled Approx Revenue. This tile displays an estimate of real-time revenues within the time period of 1, 6, 12, or 24 hours. Clicking the gray dot will indicate the total number of POS terminals and the number of active terminals. Finally, we will discuss the Case Indicator tile. This tile is purple in color and will display the total amount of cases and your own personal generated cases. Advancing on, we will now go over an essential aspect of the eConnect software, the Camera tab. To navigate to the cameras, click POS Cameras on top of the navigation bar. This could be named something else on your system. Here on the left side of your screen, it will show the available camera groups and the number of cameras located in each group on the right. When you click the drop-down button on the left or double-click the group itself, all the cameras in that group will be displayed. To add a camera to the viewing area, click the plus sign on the left of the camera name. Or you can drag and drop the camera you want to view. Just keep in mind, dragging and dropping will replace the camera in the viewing area. The third way to load a camera is to click at the plus sign at the end of the camera group name. This will add all of the cameras from the group to the viewing area. You just learned how to add a camera. The next logical step is to close cameras that you do not want to view anymore. Go to the upper right-hand corner and check the X. This will close the camera. Or, to exit all of the cameras at once, go to the bottom of the viewing area close to the auto hide and press X. Please note, if you have multiple cameras open and have clicked here to expand the camera, you will not be able to close any cameras until you have restored all the cameras that are open back to the original size. Now we will look over the player controls for the video player. The eye icon, when pressed, will take the camera and data to the live time, a historical date and time to review a video and data. Simply select a date and time. Next to the clock icon, we have the standard player controls, allowing you to rewind, pause, play, and fast forward. With the rewind and fast forward button, you are able to rewind and fast forward the video 2 times, 4 times, 8 times, 16 times, and 32 times with consistent pressing. To the side of the play button and pause button will be an arrow with a 30 on it. This allows you to jump back or forward 30 seconds when pressed. The slider tool at the bottom allows you to manually find the designated time you are looking for by holding the blue circle and dragging it left or right. This bar is for a 1-hour time frame. At the end of the hour, the blue dot goes back to the left of the bar and starts the next hour. Next, focus your attention to the right upper corner of the camera screen where it says Sync Times. Sync Times is a feature that allows you to sync the time and specific camera window to multiple camera windows when being pressed. Next to it is an eye icon. This icon will show associated devices linked to this particular camera window. Next on our agenda is to talk about the data feed window. The eConnect software stands apart from other POS software by its unique integration ability of the camera with the data feed. The data feed portion of the camera window screen is located at the right side. This area contains live data which posts every keystroke made at a POS terminal. When you look at the data feed, you will notice some of the items are color-coded. The color codes are as follows. Red identifies it as a menu item. Blue identifies discounts and coupons. Orange identifies voids and no sales. Green identifies tenders and change due. Black identifies system events. Understanding the color code allows the data to be scanned instead of reading every line. The data feed is also an interactive area which allows you to click on any of the line items to roll back video to that instance. A timestamp is generated after every keystroke. The timestamp will be a valuable tool for research or investigation. At the right corner of the data feed, you will find the Items button. This will allow the user to see all associated devices for that one camera. You will also see an additional tab called the Incident Server Case Manager tab. Saving a video will be covered in Chapter 2. This concludes our portion of cameras and its features. Our final focus for this video will be about understanding, navigating, and using the aggregation function of the POS Summary. To start, the POS Summary is saved queries and custom-built queries that are the most possible exception-based indicators for all major customer types. To access the POS Summary, click the POS at the top of the navigation bar. Once pressed, it will automatically lead you straight to the Summary view. While at the Summary view, you have two options. You can click on the name of the queries to view yesterday's results, or select the graph icon on any of your saved queries, and it will populate a colored chart graph. Here, you can see if there are spikes in certain transaction types on any given day. On the top of the graph, you can sort the graph info and data to specific date range by adjusting the start and end date, then clicking Apply, or by using the drop-down bar for a pre-configured time. Another feature of the graph is the capability to drill down via a mouse click. By clicking one of the color chart graphs, it will send you to the grid page. We can adjust or move each of the columns of the grid by dragging the blue area of the column right or left. Each of these columns can be sorted by clicking the dark shaded box and using the drop-down to filter the data. This tool is useful for trying to locate a specific terminal, employee, or item. The next thing we want to go over is reviewing the camera with the check summary. In the Associations column, there will be a camera icon. Hover over it to review the video. You will be able to see the historical video and data footage autoplay. For those who don't have cameras, there will be a receipt icon. By hovering over the icon, you will be able to see historical data that happened before and after the line in the data you were looking at. Just by reviewing the video or data, that line will be flagged black to indicate to other users that someone has already reviewed the transaction. If you click the red flag, this will indicate that there might be a problem, potential theft, policy issue, or human error. By assigning a red flag, this will allow other investigators to see who viewed the video, for how long, and read any comments left by the user. If you click the green flag, this shows that the video has been reviewed and that the transaction is normal, with no further action needed. Looking at the upper right corner of the grid page, you will see the Aggregate tool. This is the area where you should be spending most of your time to break down the large amounts of data. By clicking the Aggregate button, it will open a blue screen that will filter data according to Employee, Terminal Revenue Center, Basic Data, Amount, Table Number, Group Number, Hour, day, date, event type, and more. Selecting any of the filters will populate a pie chart and portion the data according to its filter. The bigger the pieces, the more we see who stands out as abnormal. Going to the upper left-hand corner, you will have access to a line bar that can either expand or condense the pie chart. Once you feel comfortable with what is displayed on the pie chart, click one portion of the pie and it will hyperlink to a grid page. Transactions are now located by the filter data. If you still have a large set of data, you can use the Aggregate button again to filter by a different field, making it quicker to determine what data needs to be reviewed. A quick note is you can always go back and apply multiple Aggregate filters anytime to further enhance the pie. This is it for Chapter 1. Thank you for listening and good luck to you all on your first quiz. We will see you in the next video.